It's not a complicated question. Yes or no?
Under fire for making wealthy donors pay for access to ministers, today Ontario's Premier did an about-face.
I think we have to lead by example, and that's why I've made the decision to immediately cancel upcoming private fundraisers that I attend, Mr. Speaker, and I've also asked the same of my ministers.
But even as the Ontario Liberals scramble to clean up their act, the federal Liberals are still asking fat cats to pay for private FaceTime with ministers. CBC News has learned of an example set for this week at a big law firm in Toronto called Tories. Never mind the name, it'll be a Liberal fundraiser at Tories, a closed-door affair with the Minister of Justice. It's on Thursday night, a private reception with the Honourable Jody Wilson-Raybould. Tickets are $500 apiece. The minister had no comment on the ethics of this, but the opposition says it does not pass the smell test.
It's quite clear that they are selling, access to a minister for $500.
I think it's up to Canadians to decide whether it smells right or not. In my opinion, it's a clear conflict of interest, and I think it needs to be looked into.
Private interest and public interest are being inappropriately mixed.
This law professor says the reception amounts to paying for special access.
Pay to play. So a lot of people want to become judges. A lot of people want to get government contracts.
Maybe, but the Liberal Party says it fully complies with the Elections Act in all its fundraising activity, adding that any decisions on federal appointments follow strict Government of Canada rules, entirely independent and apart from the Liberal Party of Canada. And even as the pay-to-play debate erupted in Ontario, the Prime Minister said federal limits on donations are lower, so no problem.
The capacity to draw from larger numbers of people, smaller donations, gives a different tone to the approach and to the role that money plays in political campaigns and political operations. And I think we're pleased with how the federal system works right now.
And there is nothing illegal about that reception in Toronto. But the government's critics say the problem is not what's illegal, but what is legal.